All right, hi, Real Estate 101. My name is Danielle Evans, and this week I'm doing my video on Chapter 7. And before I get into that, I just want to say how challenging this assignment was, especially for me. I, first off, am not technically savvy in any sense of the word. I was having trouble just trying to figure out how to record myself on my computer. In fact, I couldn't. I'm recording myself on my phone now, and hopefully I can figure out how to upload it and get that taken care of because, like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. My phone is propped up crazy right now, just trying to get a good angle and hopefully get this video recorded. But not only the technical side, but self-promotion and videos, not my thing. I don't take selfies. I don't video record myself. And so when I heard we had this assignment, I was petrified. I actually contemplated not doing it at all, seeing how my grade would suffer for that. But I'm pushing myself and trying to get outside comfort zones. So here we are trying to do this. And you know what? For those people who are, good at this stuff and video savvy, good for them. I work at a restaurant, and this gentleman a few days ago was recording himself eating ribs. And at first, we're all like, what the heck is he doing? And then we realized, he's recording himself eating ribs, and of course he'll upload it, I'm sure. And I just thought, good for him, like he's out there, he's doing his thing, and he does not care. And I think that's such a beneficial thing, because in situations like this, or if he was a realtor or trying to make connections and self-promote, he's going to be golden, especially technically, trying to get his video done. But also, he just doesn't care. He's doing his thing, and I'm very envious because I am on an uphill battle of self-promotion and video recording and putting myself out there. So definitely a challenging moment for me. So, but enough of that jibber jabber. Let's get into Chapter 7. So Chapter 7 is all about completing the residential purchase agreement. And that was a hefty chapter. I think it was like 30 or 40 pages. Yeah, but which is awesome because it goes over everything. I don't think that you're going to even get in a situation that this wouldn't kind of tell you how to deal with. But a couple of the key concepts in this chapter was financing, loans in particular. It goes over a few different types of financing people will do, cash offers, regular loans, FHA loans, goes over all that. Lots of different situations you could come up with. One interesting fact, though, that I didn't know is that the seller, could personally be held liable following a foreclosure. Didn't know that. It says here on page 210, while California has adopted a legal limitation on lenders' ability to hold a seller personally liable following a foreclosure, these limitations do not apply to a VA loan. The VA can hold the veteran borrower liable for the loan unless there has been a substitution of eligibility and release of liability. So, didn't know that. I just kind of assumed a VA loan would be just awesome, and I'm sure it is. But not having, not being held liable, I think is a big deal. And the fact that you can on your VA loan is kind of a scary thing. So if I was to go into real estate and my buyer had a VA loan, I would take a little extra caution and make sure our bases are covered in that, I guess. Second key concept. Oh, I thought this one was interesting. So, items not included for sale. So, for example, when you're buying a home, you just assume certain things are included, and they may not be. So me growing up, I don't know why, but I just always assumed if you buy a home, the stove was included and the fridge wasn't, because I think every time I moved into a home, there was a stove but no fridge. And this is something I think people kind of look over or don't really pay attention to, from my understanding, because people assume. But, if I personally buy all new appliances, stove, dishwasher, refrigerator, and I want to take those with me. And I think that if someone was showing the house and these appliances were in there, the buyer would assume that they're going to get them. And so it is definitely important to outline what is and isn't part of the sale. I actually had a friend a long time ago, still my friend, but a long time ago, she purchased a house, and her realtor at the time didn't do his job fairly well, and she thought she was getting the appliances because they were new. They remodeled the home and purchased these lovely appliances, and the seller took them. And my friend, who was a buyer, was upset because that was part of the reason she bought the house. She thought she was getting these appliances as well, and the realtor at the time, I guess, didn't do his job correctly and missed this section, and so they took them, and she kind of was out of luck. She has a beautiful home, but I know that was definitely an issue for her, and I never really thought about it. And then I saw this, and I was like, oh, makes perfect sense now. So outlining what is and is not included as part of the sale is definitely important, because when we all assume, we know what happens, right? The third concept is remedies for buyer breach of contract. So important section, definitely, because if a seller is taking their house off the market because they assume that they have a buyer, and that for whatever reason doesn't work out, breach of contract, who knows, the seller is not out of time, but they've taken their house off the market for time and maybe have missed some opportunities. And so I definitely understand them wanting to get compensation for that. And this section on page 244, starting at 21A, kind of goes over the terms of what will qualify for a seller keeping a deposit. And that's definitely important, because if you are on the seller end of real estate, you want to make sure that your client is compensated. And if you're on the buyer's end of it, you want to make sure that your buyer's not getting taken advantage of and they're just trying to keep their deposit, because unfortunately that can happen sometimes, I'm sure, where people just want to make sure that they don't lose in that situation. And so this definitely outlines everything and how to deal with that. So this chapter, very intense, kind of hard for me to understand, honestly. I'm more of a hands-on person. If I see it, I can remember it and I know how to do it. And reading it is way different for me. So reading it, sometimes my eyes glaze over, I'm not going to lie. And I have to reread it because I'm like, what the heck did I just read? What form? So, but good chapter. Lots and lots of information. Goes over everything. So, you're well informed on what to do and what not to do. But yeah, so I'm probably not going to watch this video. I'm probably just going to try to upload it, because if I have to watch it, I probably will not upload it. So with that, hopefully it's a good video. Enjoy. And if you're next to do your video and you're kind of intimidated, I get it. Try, push yourself outside that comfort zone. And all right, good luck. Hopefully you don't have to do any more videos for the rest of the class.